What's going on, guys? KoopaCon here, and I am back with one more case. Excuse me, I'm gonna get a drink of water real quick. This is gonna be the last session I record right in a row. I've already done the first two, but now we have options. So, we can either inquire or track. Now, I would like to think inquiring would be more fun, or tracking would be more fun. I don't know. Yeah, let's go with this. We're gonna inquire because I want to be on the street. I'm sorry, Inspector. I used to admire the hard-boiled nature of a detective, but I think listening but I think listening suits me better than fox hunting. Is that like minus points for something? You bastard! Oh shit, he didn't like that. Then I will accompany. I probably should have gone with him. I never said I opposed it. All I did was point out there were other alternatives. I look forward to learn from your search techniques. Interesting. He's like, whatever, do as you please. She's not quite shrewd, more like elusive. She sure is strange. I wonder where she learned criminology. She doesn't have an inspector's presence. More like a droid or some creature born from a lab. That's gotta be it. She's gotta be a droid. Miss Droid. Huh, I see. It's strangely befitting. I had a friend like that in the past too. Both argumentative and unable to read others' moods. Eh? Was she your girlfriend? Well, she was quite different from Miss Droid in other ways. That's what I'm gonna call her now, because it's way easier to pronounce. Once you manage to recover all of the destroyed data, please send it over immediately. Okay. Bring your big sis will do her best. Please do, as much as possible. Alright, investigation team, move out. The car's auto nav is disabled, so please leave the driving to me. Damn it, I wanted to drive, you son of a bitch. Are you sure about that? Don't underestimate Missy's driving skills. What is going on over in the corner there? We headed out to the residential area to conduct our investigation, the place where Haruto and Shiori used to live. There isn't much time. Where should we go? To Haruto's home, or at least we need to find something about his social circle first. Makes sense. It's gotta be one or the other. What do you think? I would say check his residence first. That seems... I bet we'll find clues at his residence as to where he would have gone. Maybe like a Facebook page? Is that a thing? Is there a Facebook page? We headed toward the residence of Haruto. We learned from his family that his hue had deteriorated so rapidly that immediate counseling was deemed necessary. Other than that, we didn't receive any useful information. Damn it. However, Haruto's room offered a massive amount of evidence. Not even kidding, massive was the only way to describe it. Perfect, I chose right. Piles of letters, all handwritten. How did he get envelopes nowadays without mail carriers or the ability to deliver them himself? His obsession lied shut within his desk. How do you buy things then? Do you just go to the store, or you have to? That's weird. Rows of medicine vials, supplements, and tranquilizers, all of them empty packaging, was stored in the closet. This was something he hid from his parents, a symbol of his sickness. Interesting. So he was in a lot of chat logs with one person, Shiori. He had even made a specific account just to talk to her. This was some very important info, and our analysis was done at once. We determined that Shiori's date spot was a library that had been shut down since the end of last year. It seemed like they had studied there together. That makes sense. That's rather wholesome. Strange way to put it, but yeah, it is. Haruto was probably holding back. He worked hard to attend the same high school as Shiori, but Sybil's judgment pulled them apart. It had been the same with Yukari and me. She went to Tokyo, left behind, I wasted away. That's so weird that, like, it affects people that bad. This is bad. Haruto is unraveling. He's not thinking right anymore. There's no knowing what he'll do. I wonder if that symbol is the save. I have no idea how to save this. The library, that's the only place Haruto could be. Agreed. What they call the place filled with memories. Is it okay to come to that conclusion? It's a gamble. Our noses point us to the library, though. There are times when we're wrong. In that case, we'll lose precious time. Is this timed? Could she die? How about it, Missy? We go with a majority vote. As the inspector, your vote counts as 2. Understood. Okay. Kagami and I choose the library. How about you? I think we should ask around for more information and back up what we already have found. I would agree. That makes 2 against 2. What's my vote? What should I do? I would say we need to investigate farther just in case that's not correct. Worst case, the other team should be able to continue tracking them, right? I wonder if this is gonna, like, at the end of this, if there's gonna be like, this is what so many people chose, this is what you chose. That'd be really cool, actually. And all he said was he thought we would be the type to run head-on. What's important is to avoid forming an unnecessary attachment to the suspect. Not only will it affect your judgment, but it will also corrupt your own psychopaths. Okay, so this is interesting. Are you the one who should be saying that? There's no time to waste on idle chatter, Pops. What's the procedure for this investigation? Yes, first we'll go to the school that Haruto attended. Okay, so that... You never showed me how to check my thing, though. I guess we're going... Alright. She has a plan, we're gonna do it. You never showed me how to check my fucking color, but... Emergency call. Oh, son of a bitch, they found... Damn it, we should have just gone to the library. Remember how we used to study here? It was fun, wasn't it? So that Alpha is here, that android. Say something now, Shiori. Why are you making such a face? Do you hate me? We were together for so long. I professed my love to you, and you told me you liked me too. Stay away, don't come. Oh, she did. Oh, I think I just killed her. Oh, I think I just fucking killed her. I just want to be next to you, just like before. The 2 of us, we did nothing but study here. Then it got shut down. That was the same time you left Tokyo. Why would they shut down the public library? That seems like a good thing to keep open. Like, anyway, it's not my fault. I'm not in the wrong. I didn't do anything. Yeah, right. We didn't do anything at all. So then why'd you let me hold your hand? Why is this so... Stay away. No matter how much noise you make, nobody will hear you. After all, this is an abandoned building. Ho ho ho, stop it. It's pointless. There's only the 2 of us here. Anybody, please. We could do anything behind the... Oh. That's creepy. I don't even really want to say that. No, don't. No, you don't. You're the one who threw me to the curb. Turning point. Oh, shit. A forbidden sign stood in front of the library's entrance. Written on it were the details regarding its closure from the end of last year. So you can't even, like... However, beyond this door Haruto and Shiori were all alone, trapped in a vicious struggle, chained by their past. The evidence was from the empty rental car parked in front of the library. Fingerprint smudges were smeared all over the car's passenger window. She checked the rental car's verification. I think I just got her killed. Son of a bitch, I keep seeing shit like this tutorial offered more information than I needed about the actual story than it did about the game I was playing. Like, and maybe that's my own fault. I didn't really do enough digging into what it was, but we're just going for it now. There's no mistake. This is the rental car. The door to the building is securely locked. There's a high possibility that the supposed accomplice was behind it. Let's just break through, Missy. Could you get approval? Do they really have to just get permission to go? That's fucking stupid. Requesting onboard equipment. Access for enforcers. Users enforcer. Okay. Voice recognition and ID confirmed. Level 1 equipment use approved. So there's multiple levels then? Alright, just leave it to us. PSB vehicles were all equipped with professional top-of-the-line tools for special circumstances like this. We use them to break through the library's secure entrance. You can just like fucking punch the window or something? Or throw a rock? There's a bench right there. Gammy rushed right into the building. I lagged behind just a bit. Masa was right behind me, but then suddenly stopped and looked over his shoulder. Genoza's team just arrived. She raised her hands, guiding them in our direction. Let's go. Roger. The library was dim and dusty inside. It felt just like you would expect from an abandoned building. Gammy knelt down, scanning the floor. Any footprints? It's no use. This place hasn't aged, though. There aren't even any trails to follow. Weird. Then we'll have to rely on this, the library building's guided map. So knowing what we know, an old library housing relics of an era where paper had still been a commodity. So there's not even paper. Gotcha. And large quantities of books, a place where Yukari and I were indebted to as well. The building was split into 4 floors from bottom to top. Children's books, general reading, comics, and study rooms. Haruto and Shiori had to be in one of these. Probably the study rooms, right? Like, that makes the most sense because they used to study together. Which floor should we search? It makes most sense to go to the study room floor because they used to study together, right? And that's on the 4th floor, so the 4th floor study rooms. All the partitions made me feel like I was in a maze. There were no signs of people, and in any booths, nothing but a series of empty cells. However, voices could be heard. A young man's angry shouts, a young woman's scared cries. At least I found them. Where were they? Nearby, definitely this floor. I gripped my dominator. Open up, let me out. As we proceeded farther, past the partitions to the private study rooms, a lone door rattled, heavy movements from us. Oh shit, dude, we found him like fucking right away. So I think maybe if I went and searched like all the floors, so there are definitely things I need to remember. Yeah, so you broke down a door, great. This room was most likely the place of their memories. Haruto and Shiori had once sat there, dreaming of their future together. That's actually kind of screwed up in a point. So, okay, so the turning points just tell me when something happened. So had I gone to a different floor, something else would have happened. But what unfolded was utter mayhem. Shiori was on the floor, her clothes disheveled and torn, face swollen. Haruto was straddled on top, hitting her over and over. I shouted, raising my Dominator. His eyes darted, startled at the sight of the barrel, staring at his pending demise. Do I get an option to shoot him or not? Oh shit. Oh shit. Don't get in my way. Oh, did I just fucking kill him? At least I saved, like, don't get me wrong, at least I saved her, but like... Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god, did I just kill him? Cool. Enforcement complete. Fucking baller. I lowered my Dominator slowly, letting out a sigh. The gun spoke once more in its lifeless voice. Crime coefficient is under 90. Not a target for enforcement action. Trigger has been locked. Shiori's psychopath had deteriorated, but it was still at a level that could be recovered with the help of therapy. At least she wouldn't become a latent criminal like I had. Well, that's good. So, at least, like, we got to her before that happened. Suddenly, I felt a tap on my shoulder. I turned around and saw Masa. Behind him were the rest of the Division 1, all waiting except for What's-Her-Nuts. She raced over to Shiori. Everyone else entered the room one by one. Am I going to get a good job at least? Okay, yeah, I guess take care of her and then tell me I didn't fuck it up. Stop, don't come near me. Don't worry, we're here to help you. It's fine now. The credit yeah, great job on my first case. Nobody got killed. Masa's compliment didn't sit well with me, though. Oh, so this is a turning point. Interesting. Okay, so every time I have an option. So this is probably the bad option. I don't want to do that, but if I go... I don't think any of these are really that great. So it's just a job. I looked back at Shiori. She was trembling. Oh my god, poor girl. After noticing I was looking at her, she let out a tiny shriek. But this case was a failure. It's not like I didn't save anyone, not this girl, and Haruto too, just some foolish kid like I had been. Oh, she confirmed his vitals. At least he's still alive, but he'd be confined to the life of a latent criminal. That's really sad. Man, there's just no saving in the work we do. There's no saving in this fucking game either, apparently. Ridiculous, you did well. All of us here know that. Inspector, transportation arrangements are now complete. Thank you, Shiori. Let's get you rested somewhere safe. No, let me go home. Shiori, your mom isn't the only one who cares about you. All of us here want to protect you. Even that dude who rushed in just now and came to help you, okay? It's true, like, I was actually kind of worried that, like, you know, I would fuck it up, but I didn't, so that's good. That's right, I wanted to help not only her, but Haruto as well, but Sybil only cared about crime coefficients. Those who didn't make the cut were left to be enforced. Don't be so serious. If you want to carry on this job for long, you'll need to come to terms with this. I mean, they're not wrong. Well, looking forward to working with you, Taku. Yeah, same here. I mean, it's true, though. Like, at some point, you just have to realize, like, that happens, I guess. That's crazy. As I tried to leave, Shinoza blocked the doorway. Uh-oh. Thanks for all your hard work. Okay, good. He wasn't gonna fucking kill me. What's done is done. It was fine. At least that's what I wanted to think. If I could just completely become a dog, life would be so much easier. Give it time, man. Give it time. I want to know what those photos actually, like, do. Library. The crime drones appeared and proceeded with the forensic analysis moments before the emergency vehicle left the hospital. The case was in cleanup phase. The adrenaline from my first case hadn't leveled off. Oh man, I wondered how my hue would turn out. Come to think of it, I had a hue checker. I guess I could just take a look for myself. Whiskey orange. I see. Well, it was more or less to be expected. There still isn't enough time to take mental care supplements, but what do I do? You take the supplements, right? I took the supplement according to the correct dosage as stated on the directions. So speaking of which, Yukari always read the fine print on the directions of the supplements. I should have asked her before, what's the dosage after experiencing such a brutal case? But how would you have known to ask that, though, man? Like, can I check my thing? I left the study room and roamed the library. As I browsed around, I found the study reference aisle. I picked up a random book, classic literature, and I flipped through it. Oh, it's going to be the same book, dude. You have an interest in the classics. Before I knew it, Miss Droid was standing right next to me. I got flustered for some reason and felt my cheeks begin to warm. Nah, an old friend. Just happened to remember she liked the classics. Is she gonna call him out? Yeah, she is. The woman you told me about before, I presume? Did you have any romantic feelings for that woman? What? By my observations, you were needlessly empathetic toward the suspect after you compared how his relationship with the victim was much like yours and that woman you knew. I understand, I get it. Please stop already. Your face is extremely red. Are you angry, perhaps? No, I'm not, but... What was with this woman? Something about her just threw me off. I also got a strange feeling of deja vu, like I had known her from somewhere. It's gonna be really fucking weird if, like, she's the personality with her memories wiped. Like, that's a possibility, right? Like, I guess. You remind me a lot of someone I used to know. That blunt, argumentative way of talking is just like hers. Just like that woman I used to know. Were you and that woman like the suspect and victim in this case? Torn apart by Sybil's judgment? I can't take it. Even if I wasn't worthy of her, does Sybil have the right to decide who we like and hate? I think it is completely valid. I mean, that brings up a really good question, though. Like, is it a valid thing? Should it be a valid thing? Obviously, he doesn't agree. Unexpected, the woman, also known as Miss Droid, gazed off in the distance. Befitting oneself, the heart to be, bearing no thought, noble and vulgar, sorrow, only sorrow to bring, a song of love from the tales of Isle? I'm sure people are going to scream at me in the comments, like, oh, that's not how you pronounce that. Are you familiar with classical Japanese poetry? I dabble from time to time. Dabble, yet she recited it so smoothly. Was she being modest? Though I had never heard of that poem, her behavior was very familiar, and it reminded me of... It's the same, Yukari. It's like she's you. It's gotta be her. A song of grief laminating a love of a different social class. A man falls in love for a woman of a higher status, gains hope from her behavior, and then suffers for it. So it's kind of like Romeo and Juliet, right? Is that kind of what I'm getting? Differing social class, huh? I guess that wouldn't be so much a Romeo and Juliet as, the hell? I can't think of it now. I'm sure I'll be sitting down later and, oh my god, that's what it is. People live in society, and society is not uniform, which is why they find their place within its classes. Long ago, that was decided by bloodline, wealth, and at times, luck. Now, Sybil shows all. Everyone gains their status by their aptitude. A love that crosses these classes can only end in tragedy. I looked for the right words to respond. Interesting. So this could help him get over I guess, our character get over it, maybe? I'm not really sure. Like, obviously, this is another thing, like, depending on what we say here, changes the story a little bit. We're just gonna say maybe. Because that seems minimally cooperative, right? That may be true. Thinking back on the woman I knew and myself, I think what you're saying may be correct. I did say all that. So that's an understanding you learned from your own experiences. Learning ability is quite useful to have. Maybe that's why you were chosen to be an enforcer. Wait a minute. How did this become about my learning ability? This misalignment, it started to feel even more like Yukari. They had different names, appearances, and circumstances, so how could they be so similar? Interesting. How cruel, just when Haruto was finally reunited with Shiori. He would have been happy just being able to be with her. I'll have to make sure they don't interfere next time. So this is the final encounter then, or final... I don't want to say boss, because this game doesn't really have boss fights, but that's like the final case, I guess. The final person we have to take down. The abduction case of Shiori had concluded, but we, the CID's Division 1, remained in Soto Marine City to investigate Haruto's accomplice. And with that, I'm going to figure out how to save this damn game, and we are going to call it for now. Thanks, guys, so much for watching. We finally got into some action, thank God, and some choices. So we'll see how those play out in the next episode. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And remember to hit that bell so you get notifications on my new videos. Thanks, guys, so much for watching. Have a great night.